last try at this. If not, it's just broken. Up. LOC and Susie, and wow. I see a John and Antenzies. Yeah, that's me. But I can't sync these two. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you guys a link. Okay. Still not working. Still not working. Oh, you see me now. Oh, you see me. All right, Susie can hear me over there. And somebody else can hear me over at the old spot. And I see nobody right now. But I see you over at the old spot in the old chat. So I can use the old chat. And if you can see me, then you can see me. And then if one person can see me, then somebody else should be able to see me. And I'm totally confused. It's so freaking sad. But let me see. You know, I mean, technology is supposed to help us. Technology is supposed to help us, but it does not help us. It frustrates us. Susie can see me now. Oh, I can hear myself now. So that means we're actually open. Okay. Finally. Wow, you know what? I have to give you guys props, because if my TV show was 30 minutes late and there was blank screens, I would go crazy. So at any rate, I learned a lesson. I definitely learned a lesson. And so I don't know what it actually happened. It just would not connect to a new YouTube account that I was trying to use, because I wanted all the shows to be on a new YouTube account for Open Late. And every time I logged in, it wouldn't show up with the webinar jam. And as long as the webinar jam wasn't showing up, it wouldn't come into the window. Anyway, welcome. Would somebody do me a favor, though? Would you really go out and share the link inside of the e-commerce group one time? Tell them I'm here and that they can re-log in and use that same login, and they should get there. I would really appreciate that. Darn. I tell you, man, only for me. Thank you, Susie. Only for you would I keep trying for 30 damn minutes. I was like, man, I'm going to bed. It's like, no, I'm not going to bed. But, you know, I mean, the deal is you have to understand, as soon as this is over, I have to go watch The Housewives of Atlanta. So I'm missing The Housewives. It's like I got things to do after the show is over. I got important stuff that has to happen. Part of that important stuff is I got to go watch that stupid show. Any rate, as you can see, man, I'm really into the No Shave November. I can't do it the entire month, but I mean, I can do it just this far, because I mean, once it gets like this, it starts to itch, and I just can't stand it. I can't stand it. I get hair bumps. and people with straight hair probably don't know what those are. But when you got curly hair on your face, it curls back in and gets under your skin, and it makes a bump, and it itches, and it's just annoying, So I'm gonna go through this. Plus, I'm going away, and I gotta shave. I gotta shave because I look like I'm like 110. I look like Father Time and shit. So. Anyway, only for you. Yes. C. Hey, C, how are you? Marianne, how are you guys doing? There's so much going on in the world of Colder Ice right now, and it's really exciting stuff. Really, really exciting stuff. I'm happy to share a little bit of it with you. I'll probably tell you a few things that are coming up, but let me put a note right here for that right now. So we're going to talk about the 2015, which is coming up. And I think a lot of people have been waiting for some announcements from me. So I will be making those announcements here today. And, then there will be some other things that we'll do. So anyway, so everybody's settled and you see me now, right? So go ahead and, it's all good. All right. Yeah, I'm going away, but this is totally family. I'm going to go visit family. So I'm done traveling until the beginning of next year. I really don't have any speaking dates scheduled at this time. I think I've got, 2 or 3, but they're not until the, mid first quarter. So anyway, I'm going to be home, but next week, I'll just tell you right now, next Sunday, there won't be a show. We're going to skip next Sunday. And that's because of the, like I said, I'm going to be traveling. However, here's the deal, a big show. And everybody that is in this business of e-commerce needs to be on this show the following Sunday, 2 weeks from today, which is between Black Friday and Cyber Monday. We're having a really, really special show. It is like the Black Friday, Cyber Monday special show. Whatever. I got to figure something really cool about between Black and Cyber. It's the Cyber Black Show. There you go. It's Cyber Black Show Sunday. So we're going to talk about everything that's coming up for Cyber Monday and everything that just happened on Black Friday. So Cyber Black Sunday. There you go. Cyber Black Sunday. There's a tune there somewhere, maybe, probably not. I'm just that crazy. All right. So anyway, here's what's happening next week. So I'm on the road. However, there's a big show coming up, which is Chris Green's show for, and let me get this link here. Let me see if I can pull it up over. It's a 12-hour. He does 12 hours on what's it called? I can't remember the name of the platform, but at any rate, I'll show it to you in just a second. He does 12 hours on Spreecast, and that's the name of the platform, Spreecast, and it's a fundraiser for what do you call it? Wounded Warrior Project fundraiser. It's 15 hours, not even 12. It's 15 hours. And he's got a 15-hour Spreecast. All of the proceeds are benefiting Wounded Warriors. And, of course, that is a fantastic organization to be supporting. And I'm going to show you the information here. Let me pull it up on the screen for you guys. Let's do a screen share real quick. And right here, I'll share that with you. And right here is where he's doing this. It's a 15-hour fundraiser to benefit the Wounded Warriors, and it's got all kind of support. And people are going to be coming on every hour or every half an hour, and Oh, okay, cool, Michelle B. I see that. Cyber Black Ice Sunday. So Cyber Black Ice Sunday. So it's a live spreecast. There is the web URL that you're going to need. And he's got some killer guests every hour. On the hour, somebody new will be on. He's taking donations. They're even taking the donations right now. But as the hours go by, different packages are being given away. And as you can see, he's got people on the 9 o'clock, 9:30, 10 o'clock, 10:30. Then this bald guy is on at 11 a.m. So I will be on that show from 11 a.m. to 12 noon on the first day. And that first day is what? Thursday. I'm sure it is, right? So it's on. It starts November 22nd. All right. Is that right? November. It says closes on November 22nd, 11:59 p.m. So yeah. So there you go. All right. So it's November 22nd. I'll be on the show with Chris Green and all of these special, fantastic, smart people in the world of e-commerce, FBA, some killer authors, and just really cool stuff. And like I said, it's all for charity. And last year, I believe they ended up raising like over $10,000. This year, his goal is $15,000. Anything you can help by sharing that and posting it in and around all of your friends and family and people like that would be awesome. And of course, at least give a little bit of something for that charity. So I wanted to push that, and I will, of course, be letting people know about it more and more as the date gets closer and closer. Like I said, 11 a.m. on that day, I will be on the show from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Every time me and Chris get together, it's always fun. It's informative. So definitely do that, okay? And there will be some prizes. There's a good prize. He squoze it. Is that a word? Can you squoze something? If you squeezed it earlier, so he squoze it out of me. So during my hour, there are some really cool gifts that you can get, some bonuses for your donation. Okay. Now, like I said, no show on that Sunday. So we're going to do Chris Green on Thursday. There's no show on that Sunday. We'll be back on the following Sunday with what they've just called now Cyber Black Ice Sunday. Cyber Black, not black guys. No, there's only one black guy. So Cyber Black Ice Sunday. So anyway, dude, it's been a pretty killer week. I mean, something happened. I don't know, out of kind of nowhere. It was like a tidal wave of purchases that happened when they put the book on sale on Amazon. So here we are. Let's see, it was released in March. So it's April, May, June, July, August, September, right? November. 7 months later, after the book's first release, we finally hit #1 on Amazon, and not just on one category. We hit it on 3 different categories. So I'm going to really use that shit every time somebody. So somebody asked me, matter of fact, it was Kat. Everybody, you guys, Kat. Kat has a radio show every Monday. Is it still on Mondays? I think it's still on Mondays, and it's Monday afternoons. And because I know she was doing some new shows. So, but anyway, Kat asked me a long time ago. She was like, so, how long are you going to be the platinum power seller? I'm like, forever. Because once you win the Academy Award, they don't start like next year, somebody else is the Academy Award winner. It's not like you're never, the Academy Award winner, but just for 1 year. That's bullshit. I mean, you're always, look, I am always going to be a platinum eBay power seller. Once you make it, yeah, you can own it. Right? And that's the same way with being number one in a bestseller. It's forever. Forever now, I get to use the title number one Amazon bestseller. Yeah. And trust me, every time you guys catch me and somebody else introduces me on stage, they will be using that shit because it's going in the bio. Anyway, oh my God. So yes, Karen, she said she's Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern, and it has a 6 p.m. And she has a 6 p.m. show. So yeah, Kat does 2 shows now. And one of the things is, that I like to do is go through some of the important stuff and some of the cool stuff well, I mean, it's not necessarily all that cool, but it's topics that I find extremely interesting, extremely interesting. So, and I think it's important for us who are in e-commerce. The first topic I want to talk about is this, because this was something I wanted to talk about last week. And you see me looking down because I'm trying to find it. Something I want to talk about last week, but I was unable to get it because I was home and my phone came on Friday, right? Because I got a new phone. I ordered it. That's what we're going to talk about. And I wasn't here. I was home. And I guess they knocked, but I didn't hear them. I don't know what's up. I was up in the gym upstairs and I had my music playing, I guess, and I missed it. And so they left the little pink slip and I couldn't pick it up till Monday, but I did finally get it. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the new OnePlus phone. This is the one I've been talking about. If you've been in the e-commerce group or on my Facebook page, I was asking people, I'm like, I'm dying. I need to have one of these. And that's because this is my old phone. My old phone was the Samsung, right? And I had the Samsung Galaxy, right? And I actually had the S3. I haven't upgraded since the S3 came out. So I was 2 years into that, and I didn't want to upgrade because I don't want another contract. I don't want to be stuck in another contract. So this phone came out, which is the OnePlus. It's got a 5.5-inch screen. Look at this compared to the old Galaxy. Now, when I pick up the old Galaxy, it feels small. It feels teeny almost. I mean, this screen is ginormous. And here's the killer. Here's the key. This is why I was so desirous to get it. So now it's still in private release. You can't get it unless you get an invitation, right? So it's still in private release. I got an invitation. They opened it up. And the deal is that this is a 64 gig phone, right? It's got 64 gig. It's not, it doesn't, that's the one drawback. You can't upgrade the memory, but I mean, at 64 gig, you should be good with your phone. You know what I'm saying? But of course, I remember saying that when 64K was on my computer back in the day, right? You remember those days? Yes, I am that old. You can tell. Look at the gray. So the deal is, though, 64 gig for this phone cost me $349. $349. You can buy the phone outright. You can get the 16 gig of the OnePlus phone. That's what it's called, OnePlus. You see it? OnePlus. That's the number OnePlus. And you just look up OnePlus phone, and you can do it OnePlus.com, OnePlus.com. And the deal is you can get the 16 gig for $299, under $300. The cool thing is this phone has no contract, and it's totally unlocked. That means I can use any carrier that I want. I can turn this phone on with no contract. So I found the cheapest one for us, which was like Boost Mobile. I've got Boost Mobile, unlimited everything for $60 a month, right? Now, what's cool for people, if you travel, if you go overseas, all you got to do is get a card. When you land, usually in the airport, you can get cards for cell phones, and you can use this. This is an internationally unlocked phone. You own it, $350. Wow. So that, I mean, and it's saving me money right now as we speak. So that was a big thing for me, man. I mean, it's they're calling it the flagship killer. That's what they're calling it, because they're saying it's going to change the market. And I think it will. I've been using it for a week now, and it is, wow, fantastic. It's fast. It's got a huge screen, and it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. It's got a great camera. And those of you that watch my ride along videos, you'll see new videos coming out. I think the last video I did, I was doing it on this thing, and it's got a bigger field of view. And it's just, man, I'm really excited about that. So anyway, I wanted to show you that for a couple of reasons, but one of them is because I need to send myself an email so that I could get into my documents that I want to share with you, because they're on another user ID. Let's see if it came through. I didn't hear it come through. Yeah, I emailed it to me. It says you need permission. I need permission. Hello, give me permission. Request some access here. Let's see. Do it one more time. See if it comes through. It's not coming through. Open the shared settings. So what I'm doing right now is I am trying to give access to my Google Docs with this other ID. Make 500 a week. Add. Let's see if that'll do it. Okay. Valid email address. I'm telling you, man, the things that you can do with technology are fantastic, but when you want it to do it fast, it never happens fast. You notice that? All right, I just confirmed. I'm going to refresh my screen. And I'm in. Wow, that's pretty cool. All right, so so here we go. I'm gonna get some sharing going, and there's something that I really want you guys to think about. All right, how is the coverage with Boost Mobile? I think it's pretty good. I mean, I'm getting 4G LTE everywhere here in Atlanta. So, I mean, that's pretty good. I'm going to tell you, I was on Sprint with this thing. This thing was Sprint, see? And I was not happy sometimes. When I used to go to Vegas, I would have to stand next to the freaking window to get signals half the time. If I was up in the air, I couldn't get signals. If I was on the ground in the casino, I could still get the signal. But if I was in my rooms, I never could get signals. And that was pretty much universal, you know, everywhere I went on the strip. If I was up in the air, I was not getting a signal. And when I went to Arizona, I mean, Sprint sucked in Arizona completely. So I've had some issues with the Sprint service. We'll see about the Boost. I'll let you know. But Boost actually uses T-Mobile's network. So even though I'm paying them, they use, you know, T-Mobile's network. Hope that helps. All right. Yeah, I feel you, Michelle. Technology, it just sucks. Okay. It's always a challenge. Technology can be a challenge, and it's supposed to make our lives easier. Yeah, my foot. Okay. So here's the deal, guys. You know, we're into the point these days, right now, when I'm talking about these days, I'm talking about in the holiday season, where it is so important for us to keep up, you know, with what's going on with our products being seen on Amazon. So I just kind of want to go over just a few basics of things, because everybody, we always know about SEO, and we talk about SEO, and we limit our SEO a lot of times to our websites. You know, it's like, okay, if I've got to do something, I'm doing SEO for our website. And I think even in the eBay world, we talk about SEO, but we don't really talk about SEO too much in the Amazon world. And the deal is that if you're selling product on Amazon, SEO is every bit as important on Amazon as it is anywhere else. Now, it's a little bit different in the way you want to do SEO on there, but the case for having good SEO and optimizing your listings is still very relevant. So the first thing you want to do is to make sure you optimize this part right here, which is your title. All right. Now, the title needs to have special key. Here's the key. The key is you want the keywords in there that are important, but you can't make it look like it's salesy, right? And you can't make it look like it's stuffed, because that doesn't work well for the Amazon shopper. So the deal is you want to make sure that the keywords you need to be in there are in there, right? So if I'm looking at this, these guys have done a good job, in my opinion. They've put the brand name, because this is a branded item, here at the beginning. You know, that's a yes or a no, depending on what you're dealing with, right? But unisex, baby, newborn, organic, Muslim swaddle blanket. You know, I mean, look, that is totally stuffed with keywords, but it's readable text. And that's what you want. That's what you want. You don't want a whole bunch of slash organic slash Muslim, you know what I'm saying? Muslim, whatever you say. I got, you know, Islam on the mind. So Muslim, you know, swaddle blanket. That's the way, that's the first thing you want to do. And the key thing is that you want to use the same thing that you always use, because Amazon does not have a keyword research tool. So what would you use? Well, you go ahead and use your Google AdWords keyword tool. You would still use that same keyword tool. How do you find it? Of course, you just type in Google. This is the easiest way, you know, and just type in keyword tool, right? And the number one link, not the ads, the number one actual link will be the AdWords keyword tool. That's it. You want to use that to find your keywords, and then make sure that you put the ones that are most important, most useful for your customers to find your product, put it in a readable format. That's the first thing you want to do. All right. Now, the thing with Amazon is that Amazon flips things around from the normal. You know what I mean? There is normal items that you have in there where you normally say, well, you do your top, which is your title, and then the next thing you do is your description. Well, in Amazon, the description is really here, which are the bullet points. And so the bullet points also are a findable, searchable area where you want to make sure you give the benefits and the features of your product, but also you want to keep in mind some of your keywords. Not overstuffing again, but just keep it in mind, okay? So I think these guys have done a good job. 100% organic cotton, imported, machine washed, made with organic cotton. See, these are things that are giving us, you know, enough so that the buyer can know what they're buying without going to the below the fold. And that's where, you know, a lot of us miss the point. We skip on these, you know, bullet points, and we put all of our information in the next area, which is the product description. But the product description is below the fold. It's way down here, right? And most of your buyers never get there. However, the product description is extremely important again. And what it should really do is give full sentences of what you have up here in your bullet points. All right. So you're kind of giving yourself more space to speak to your customer about the item and give you more area and more keywords, but you don't want to assume that people ever get there. So the most important things and the most important parts of your product definitely need to be in the bullet points. And then the summary of, you know, the bullet points should be a summary normally of the text. However, since Amazon flips it, what am I saying? That the description really is a longer format of your bullet points. I hope that makes sense. But you got to think about it this way when it comes to product finding on Amazon. All right. Now, I mean, it is a little bit different. Like I said, the thing is that Amazon, and this is the main key factor, is you want to make sure your keywords are relevant. All right. You got to let me look you in the eye and tell you this. Your keywords have to be relevant. You don't want to stuff things in there just to get views, because what ends up happening with Amazon is Amazon doesn't just take into account how many people view your page. They take into account how many people view your page and purchase from your page. So the more people that click on your link, puke, and leave, those people are hurting your ranking and your ability to get the buy box and your ability to show up in search. See? So these are the things that you've got to make sure. So if you want to get found, you want to be seen, you want to win the buy box, you want to be number one in their search, you want your stuff to be relevant to what the person and the buyer is searching for. So it's not enough for them to look at your item, but you want them to purchase your item. So don't overstuff where you're trying to bring as much traffic in as possible. And then people, that's one of the things we used to do, right? We used to just try to get as many eyes in as possible, and then hopefully somebody would buy. That strategy will hurt you on Amazon. And actually it'll hurt you in Google too, but not as bad as it will hurt you in Amazon. Amazon will really hurt you. And like Karen's saying right now in the chat room, do not make an eBay type title. For those of you that have been on eBay, we'll do this, then we slash and this, and then new and hot. And, you don't want to do all that kind of stuff. Don't do that. You want to keep it short. You want to keep it readable. You want to keep it keyword rich, but it has to be readable. I hope that helps. Because we're going into a very special time of the year, and this is make or break season for a lot of us, right? Right? So there you go. That is one of the things about optimizing for Amazon. I think that a lot of us really don't talk about, and I'm probably going to have to do, and actually I will revisit this in a long format on the special Sunday. What do we call it? We call it. Let me go back. I can't remember. Dang, I already lost my show name. Oh God. Cyber Black Ice Sunday. Cyber Black Ice Sunday. Ta-da! All right, cool. All right. Anyway, let me just get back on a couple of other things that I wanted to share with you, because I got to keep it going. We got to keep it moving. It's already 11 o'clock, 30 minutes in, and I couldn't get on. What an idiot, right? He is such an idiot. All right. Now, here's something interesting, man. And this is from Forbes. And I don't know. It made me think. And I want your response on this, guys. Here it is. Forbes magazine wrote a story. And let's see if I can pull this one up for you guys, just so you can see where it came from. Nothing big about the page itself. But the question, I think, is extremely important. It is. I think it's important enough for me to say it this week, right? So we'll screen share you one more time. Bam, boom. And is entrepreneurship addictive? Is it? I don't know. I mean, I think to some degree it really could be, because this staff writer is talking about some of the things that I know I've got. One of the things is sleeplessness. I don't sleep that much. I know Karen and myself will be chatting at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, and we're like, that is our most, opportune time to get work done, and sometimes you get totally obsessed. So sleeplessness, obsession, scanning your surroundings for opportunity, which, oh my gosh, I can't walk into a place without thinking about whether I can sell that online or not. You know, I mean, I'm always thinking about that. So, and really, what is it? Why is it? Why do we do that? Why is it addictive? Well, I think part of it is probably because for many of us, I mean, we get, you know, that dopamine from a successful business transaction, or from building a successful business, or, you know, when I help, you know, my clients get to a new level. I'm extremely excited about that, and it gives me that dopamine. It makes me really want to do more, you know. And I know I'm kind of like in this serial entrepreneurship mode where I'm starting this thing and that thing and that thing, and the more I start and the more I do, the more I want to do. You know, it's kind of weird. I mean, so anyway, this is a, you know, a Harvard professor that's asking these questions, and they did some interviews with him, and you know, I kind of was like wanting to ask you guys. Marianne, she says she never sleeps. That's crazy. You know, Michelle, you're addicted. I think yeah, you know, huh. And absolutely, Karen, we are always looking for opportunities, you know, that others are afraid to try. You know, and I think the more opportunities that you get into, and then the more times you're successful at it, then what happens is that it becomes you know, fodder for your next venture. You know, the more you become successful, the more you want to try to duplicate that kind of success. I think yeah. So, and oh, definitely, he is. It is part of some very successful entrepreneurs. I mean, I've met a lot of entrepreneurs in my time now, and there seems to be that thread. A lot of them have some ADD going on, but, and this is a big but, this is like a Oprah but, like huge but. I'm just teasing. This is a big but is that when necessary, you can focus. You know, I think there are some people that are totally unfocused and never get focused, and then there are some of us that can nail it. It's like me. The only time I can really focus is when the deadline is approaching. It's really, really a bad thing that I've got. It's a bad habit I've got. And I mean, literally, I've tried over, I don't know, at least 15 years now to break, and I'm not doing well at it. And I'll give you an example. Is like if I'm getting ready to speak, a lot of times I will be writing my speech the night before. I mean, my speech does not get done most of the times until the night before I'm ready to take the stage. I mean, I'll have an idea, a general outline, or things in my head that I want to speak about, but the slides do not get done. And I've tried before. I've tried, you know, I mean, there are, you know, people that require you for when you're on, you know, some of these stages, they want those slides done 2 weeks before you get on stage. That was the longest lead time I've ever had, right? I mean, IRCE, you have to have your slides in 2 weeks before you get on stage. I had to psych myself out to think like I was getting it, because what happens is, I guess something happens in my brain. It just does not, I get like writer's block up until that minute, you know, until my brain wants to make a cohesive speech, it just won't. I can't force it, you know? So, I mean, what I've ended up doing now is I'll write, you know, like right now, I mean, I'm in writing mode for 2015. So I'm doing a lot of research and all that kind of stuff. And that'll give me the basis of what I'm going to speak about in the next year. And I'll write 2 or 3 unique, you know, presentations. But actually, I don't even have to write that, because I'll tell you what I'm doing in 2015. That's different than any other year. But I'll write, you know, 2 or 3 unique presentations, and then I'll tweak those as we go along. That way I'm able to give it to those, you know, event planners when they need it. And I think that's part of that ADD, you know, for a lot of entrepreneurs, because it's funny, you know, you'll sit in the speaker ready room, and the funny thing is most of them ain't ready. I thought it was just me. I thought I was the only one still working on the slide. I'm sitting in the speaker ready room and everybody's still working. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? I'm still working on my slides. Like, yeah. But I guess I don't know what it is. Yeah, CBay, outlines would help. They would help. I'm not an outline kind of guy. I just, you know what? I'm a visual person. If you ever seen me speak, you'll notice that I use a lot of images on my slides. So it's like image. I can't do it with the words. It's the image, the one thing that just I don't know. Any rate, so, but I guess we got our answer. For a lot of us, it definitely is addictive. Well, I feel better now because it's not just me that's on this drug. It's a good drug though, man. Entrepreneurship is a killer way to live, man. It really is, right? Right? All right. So let's go on. And this one's kind of fun. Let me see. You know what? Guys, this is an interactive show. All right. You know that. And if you got any comments, questions, you know how to do the questions in the chat room. Go ahead and throw them out there if you've got any. I haven't seen any question marks go by, but I see one. I see CBay. You said she's proud of me. Thank you, CBay. And you guys all, I appreciate. I'm proud of you guys because y'all made it happen. And thank you for sharing it. Anybody that's bought it, I got some bonuses that are coming out this week for everybody. That I told everybody if they bought it early, pre-ordered, I was going to get bonuses. Guess what? I finally got the bonuses. Yeah, 7 months. It's only 7 months. Shit. But yeah, that's what we're doing. Okay. Here's the other thing that is really crazy. So how many of you have ever, raise your hand if you've ever used DHL Global for delivery. You get packages from there. If you ever get anything from China, of course you have to do that. How many of you get stuff from DHL Global and use DHL Global? I mean, it is probably one of the most widely used international package deliveries because most of the stuff's coming out of China. They use that all the time, and I use it for a lot of stuff that I'm sending to different countries. But this week, DHL Global, the logistics and transportation company, is changing its name. It's changing its name to DHL e-commerce. Wow. DHL e-commerce is coming. That is pretty interesting because there's really not anything that I know of that is major that has that name in it. And that's not an if, when e-commerce becomes part of the lexicon, one of the things that I've learned, I created this conference, and the first year it was just called ICE, which was Internet Commerce Entrepreneurs, right? The second year we came up with ICE Retailer. And then this year, if you guys notice, there was a final pivot, right? And the final pivot is right here because I still got mine on ICE Business Summit. And I use this every day, and I never talked about it because it's got Carpe Diem on the back, which is seize the day, and it always reminds me that every day you got to seize it. So it's ICE Business Summit. And one of the things is that we had to remove the retail part. We had to get rid of the e-commerce part. We had to get rid of the internet commerce part because nobody really understood it except for people inside, you know what I'm saying, of our space, which was okay for people in our space. But when you're, talking to the general public and you say, well, it's an e-commerce conference, they're like, they'll nod and be like, oh, okay. But they don't know shit about e-commerce. They have no idea, They've heard the word. So the fact that DHL is actually bringing it in to the lexicon with their global delivery service, because they're doing so much of the delivery from e-commerce merchants, that I think this renewed commitment that they're having to e-commerce, we're going to see a lot of other entities having really renewed commitment to e-commerce. The movement in e-commerce, of course, is being driven by that mobile. Mobile is, I can't say it enough. I can't stress it enough. You know, we're talking about more than 45% this year will be done in the holiday season. More than 45% of transactions are going to be done on the mobile device. Now, that is show-stopping. And I remember 3 years ago, 3 years, maybe 2 years. Was it 2 years? No, it's definitely 3 years ago, or three. It was 2 years ago, but 3 conferences ago, when I was doing eBay radio conference, I did a segment on mobile, right? They asked me to do a segment on mobile, and people used to ask me, they would say, you know, John, should we make a mobile site? And they've asked me for that for the last 2 years about mobile site. And I told everybody, don't, you know, unless you got like big bank and you can get it designed and all that. I was like, don't, because the problem is that the technology was not really there, right? So what I meant was it was going to cost you a lot of money to get what we call today a mobile responsive site, right? Now you can get a mobile responsive site. It's part of the general package. I mean, you open up a Shopify store or a Miva store, and I mean, immediately you're getting a mobile responsive design. But that was not the case back in the day. Back in the day, what you had to do was you had to identify what device it was coming in on, and based on whether it was on a mobile device, you'd have to reroute it to your M.dot site. That was a totally different design and all of that, you know. And I was telling to the small seller, you don't have to worry about it. Now, today, it's time. It's time. It's past time, actually. You should have done it last year, at the end of last year when I was talking about it. But that's okay. Go ahead and get it ready. For us who are on platforms, you don't have to worry about it. You know, you don't have to worry about it. But it is something that you guys are going to have to be aware about, definitely going forward. You got to be aware about the whole movement in mobile, and I think this is another one of those topics that is really broad, that I can't condense into this format right now, which might need a webinar. But one of the things that most people are totally missing about mobile is that you and I, we use our device totally different on the mobile than we do on a desktop. I don't do things the same way on my mobile phone or my tablet, which I don't even use anymore. What do I need a tablet for? I don't even get the tablet thing anymore. I lost my damn iPad on the plane, and I don't even miss it. Matter of fact, the only thing I did with it was read books, and now the screen keeps getting bigger on these things. I don't need it. So, I mean, the deal is when you've got a 5.5-inch screen, you're doing things differently than you do when you have a keyboard and a monitor, right? And so the thought process of just squeezing your monitor-sized website into a small 5-inch screen is really it's limiting the ability to interact with the customer and the customer experience that we get with a mobile device. And I just want you to think about that a little bit. You can't, like I said, I can't really go deep into this, but I will be going deep into mobile responsive design. That's a checkbox, but apps is a bigger checkbox, you know, and start thinking about how you can create your own apps to interact with your customer base in a way that is unique to mobile. That is the new design for mobile. That is what mobile really is all about. And that is what's happening with brick and mortar stores. And I'm seeing right now that brick and mortar has the ability now to leapfrog over a lot of e-commerce players because they're entering into the market with the thought of using mobile and using it in a very interactive way with their customers so that they keep their customers engaged with the shopping experience, right? Which is a brick and mortar shopping experience plus a mobile device access. And I mean, there are some exciting things that they're doing. And I really believe that this might end up being a great leveler of the playing field so that these guys can jump into e-commerce without having to build all of the things and all of the audience things that we had to build to get to an Amazon, right? You know? So mobile's very exciting. Very exciting, and you'll be hearing more of that. But one of the key points that I want to bring across is how the growth is so explosive that purchases that are being made on smartphones and tablets are going to rise probably 50%. There's going to be 50% more people doing it this year than did it last year, right? Outstanding. Outstanding opportunity. Get in while you can fit in. All right. Get in while you fit in, man. You got to do something. You got to do something. It's fierce out there and things are always changing. And that is why being in the e-commerce group is a great place to be, you know, because we talk about all of the leading technologies. We talk about all of the trends, and that's just keeping it fun. It's keeping it interesting. But also it's focusing on the technology a lot of times that is on the forefront. That's one of the things that I am passionate about. I'm always very passionate about, you know, what's coming next. It's always about what's coming next, man, because that's the opportunity for you and I as a smaller seller. You know, the opportunity is to be there in the beginning when it's early and it's cheap and there's not a lot of competition. You know, so we're constantly trying to stay ahead of this curve, and that's the best way to stay competitive, guys. All right, cool. Hey, I don't know. I hope that's some good stuff. It should be some good stuff. Anyway, you guys still with me? I saw that some of the chat is dragging, and I think. Yeah, I just saw mine come up, so I still get a chat, but I don't know if you guys are still being able to chat one with each other. So if you are, hit me up, all right? Let me know. Let me know. And now I just want to get to what's coming up, all right? So here's what's coming up. 2015 is already being crafted out. And for those of you that are in the world of, colder ice, black ice, and things like that, and some of you guys that weren't, in Atlanta for Ice Retailer, there's something new that's about to jump off with an Inner Circle group in black ice. That's the new thing. So cool. Thank you, guys. I got your chat working. All right. So but 2015, there was a lot of you that we spoke with and actually purchased and pre-purchased of the boot camps. All right. So now at the end of this month, I will have dates and locations for the boot camp. That's going to be the big announcement right after Black Friday. We're going to talk about the boot camps. We're going to get everybody registered. Be ready, all right? Because the boot camp is going to be spectacular. And really what it's going to focus in on, guys, is getting your business tight and right. Some of us, many of us, kind of backed into our business. And this is something I did, man. Is like I didn't start eBay, with the idea that I would be in a multi-million-dollar business. That never occurred to me. I just wanted to pay my house note. You know, I just wanted not to go bankrupt. That was my whole story, you know, and I ended up in this business. And a lot of us, I mean, we know what we know, but really we don't know what we don't know. And that's a problem, you know? And so it's going to be totally focused on starting, running, and optimizing your business. 100%, man. We're going to get really deep into what it takes to be a successful business owner. You know, how do you move from where we are today to something that is scalable, something that we can pass on to our children, not something that has to be big. It can stay in the realm of, this is what we use to pay our bills, this is what we use to have fun, but there are some structural things that we need to put in place to make sure that it stays secure, you know, and to make sure that it's got a firm foundation. And that is what the boot camps are going to be focused in on. And part of that, of course, is you got to identify your audiences. You've got to identify your marketing opportunities. You got to know how to do those keyword researches and really, you know the basics of SEO. You've got to know these things. These things, for many of us, I mean, for me, literally a 10% increase would pay, you know, freaking my car note, you know, just 10%. So, I mean, those kind of things, when you take these into account, can really propel your business. I mean, and just make it take off. So those are coming, right? And we're doing 6 cities. I got 6 cities already in the can. Already in the can. We're doing Atlanta, of course. That's one. We're doing, I'm on the fence between Tampa and Miami. All right. And I might go into the group and ask everybody. So we're coming to Florida. All right. So that's the Southeast. Then we're doing New York, New Jersey. Okay. We're doing Chicago. We're doing San Diego. We're doing Las Vegas. All right. So that's 6, right? That's 6. And bonus, number 7, we're doing Dallas, Texas. All right. So we pretty much got it covered. That's 7 cities that I know about. All right. So next year is not going to be like last year. You know, last year for me was crazy. I mean, we're doing the accounting right now. And I mean, I just got like 100,000 sky miles, you know, and that means I literally flew 100,000 miles around the world. I've seen the world. I did. I got to see the world. That was my dream. I did it. All right. I've traveled around the world. However, this year I want to travel around America, you know, so it's going to be a whole different vibe, and we're going to get to hang out, and we're going to get to have fun, but we're going to get to learn a whole lot. All right. So yes, Gladys, I'm coming your way. You know the drill. I want you there. Don't you miss. All right. Do Tampa, if not Orlando. Yeah, you know what? Actually, did I say Orlando? I'm probably going to do Tampa instead of Orlando. So it's going to be either Tampa or Miami. If I messed up, I didn't want to say Orlando, but Tampa or Miami, and I'm going to do that. Karen, will the boot camps be good for services as well as sellers? The boot camp is good for businesses. It's a business boot camp. That's why this right here is ICE Business Summit. It's all about the business, baby. You know what I'm saying? It is not about being in this tower of e-commerce. It's not about being in this tower of, oh, I'm an FBA seller. Oh, I'm this seller. I don't care. It's about running a business this year. So whether you're running a service-based business or if you're running a retail-based business, it's the same thing. All right. But I mean, the deal is everybody, no matter what business you're in, you need to know how to get customers. You need to know how to market your business, and you need to know how to rank your business inside of Google and the local Google searches. So this is really about the technology behind the business. It's business technology boot camps for small business. So it's going to be pretty exciting. It's going to be fun, but it's going to have some startup information for people that want to start a business as well. All right. Because I think there's a lot of us, you know, like we were just talking about, that are serial entrepreneurs, and we got other things we want to do, you know, and it's like, well, how do I do that? You know, it's like, okay, great. I like where I'm at. But I want to do some more stuff. You know, so it's going to be good. You said Tampa or Miami. I say do Tampa if not doing Orlando. Okay, good. Tampa or Miami. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Miami, Michelle's Miami. Matter of fact, Michelle, I'm coming to Miami on December 9th, I think. Yeah, 9th, because I'm going to JB's my mastermind down there, the 10th and the 11th. So if you're going to be in the area, definitely want to, let's do dinner. All right. Definitely want to hang out and, maybe we can go to casino. Huh? Yay. So I'll contact you, but definitely I want to ping you up and let you know I'm coming down to Miami next month. So that's about it. The workshops are coming, guys. There's a lot of exciting stuff that I'm talking with other e-commerce people. There's some e-commerce workshops that we're trying to put together as well. And those are not going to be, the same as the ones that we're doing live. So it's going to be interesting. And great. Look, we're going Tampa, Miami, Tampa. Look, like I said, I'm gonna put it out in the group when it's ready, and then we'll schedule it based. And look, and hey, and the deal is, I meant to say that the workshops, 25 people, small, intimate, all day. All right. Get a babysitter because we're going to go deep. This is the first time I've ever taken on the challenge of going deep into people's business. And that's what we're going to do on those days. All right. Fantastic. So what are you jealous about, C? What are you jealous about? I'm going to do Atlanta. Atlanta's here. We're going to do Atlanta. We're coming. Of course. Oh, one more thing is look for some announcements at the beginning of the year for Ice Retailer. That show is not going to be called Ice Retailer, of course. Like I just said, it's going to be the Ice Business Summit. But it's you're going to start hearing about it at the beginning of the year so you can make the plans and know exactly what's going on. Yes, I'm doing that again. I must be freaking crazy. But yeah, I'm going to do it again. All right. And I'm right now in the edit mode. I'm in edit mode right now. I'm editing the videos from the last ICE Summit, and it is, wow. The content was spectacular. It was off the chain. So you guys are going to be able to get access to that and everything else. So I'm pretty much done. We've done the hour. I've done an hour. I'm supposed to only do half an hour, but I actually did an entire hour twice now. I keep saying it's going to be a short show, but I run my mouth anytime. Oh, see, yeah, you should be. Yeah, dinner with Michelle. You should be jealous. Absolutely. Yeah, jelly. So if you got any questions, go for it. I will be more than happy to answer them. If not, you know the drill. I will leave your asses healed right now. It's like I'm telling you, it's open late with colder ice. There's a reason why it's late, right? Yeah, right. Yeah, that's true. You do, Michelle, Karen. You guys always are travelers. I appreciate that. And yes, when I try to get to your cities and your locations, I definitely can't wait. So, like I said, we'll be doing the Northeast, Southeast, the South, which is Texas, Midwest, Chicago, and West Coast. Wow. So, I mean, we got it covered. We got it covered. It's going to be a fun, exciting year, man. We're going to meet a whole lot of new people. We're going to get a whole lot of new information. It's just awesome. I'm really excited. But, of course, I'm still on tap to do some of our favorite shows for the year. I've already been asked to do several of them, so I will still be doing a lot of the e-commerce shows as well. All right? So, guys, I appreciate your time. This is your boy, John. Please, please, please share the show with other people because I would love to see more people coming in and hanging out with us. And like I said, Gladys, the 1st of December, first week of December, I will be making all announcements with dates and locations. first week of December, right after Thanksgiving, we will be making those announcements, and you'll be able to start registering. That we're working on the website right now. Right now, I got so many balls in the air. I swear, I don't know what is. Maybe I'm ADD. You think? Huh? Maybe. Anyway, thanks so much for joining in, guys. It's your boy John. I'm out of here for now. Peace.